We learned a long time ago in my family that mom needs to get her workout in if we want a patient, kind, happy mom.
That's exactly what my wife says. She
Yeah.
knows, there's, because obviously when, life happens, you get, a sore knee or you get an injury, something that you got to be smart about it. You got to take a week off, let something just kind of heal up.
Yeah.
And I mean,
It's not cute.
I'm a grump. I mean, it's dad's not running, and it's the truth. I mean, because it's just I'm off. Everything's off. Like my morning, things aren't happening at the right time because I didn't run, and I just don't feel the same. And it's exactly right. But you bring up another great point is that you don't. Every family's got to do things differently. Well, I do it early in the morning, as far as getting in my exercise, my run. This is another thing to think about when you're looking at your hotel. If you're staying down at Walt Disney World, that a lot of the deluxes will have these really nice fitness centers. Now that's a great way to overcome the heat of Florida most times of the year, because again, if you're from somewhere that you're not used to especially the humidity down in Florida, you just can't run once the sun comes up. It gets you, I mean, really quickly. But I mean, if you stay like at a beach club, a yacht club, a boardwalk, even a Coronado
Ship Shape, baby. Ship Shape.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the best one.
Oh my gosh. But I got to give a shout out to Coronado Springs. That's a moderate resort.
Yeah.
And it has 2 fitness centers now because they built the new tower and they have the old fitness center over in the casitas. And so that can save you in a pinch, like on a rainy morning.
100%.
I've actually been at Pop Century. Now the values don't have fitness centers. And I'm, again, a kind of a freak when it comes to my consistency in my running.
Yeah.
And I've actually gotten out there. I do remember this earlier this year. I was down there because we went down a day early because there was supposed to be a hurricane or something. And we were worried our flight wasn't going to get in. And it wasn't a hurricane, but there was strong rains and winds. And so I wasn't going to run that morning out on the path.
Good decision.
There's no fitness center, but I did walk around the perimeter of the buildings that are covered just so I could get in like 4 miles. But I think that's, if you're listening to an exercise show, there you go. Because I had to get the movement in. My body had to move. But it's one of those things, look at the resorts and look at the fitness centers, because that takes the equation of, well, don't have to worry about heat, don't have to worry about weather. And at Disney, they're first class. They're you get all the equipment you need.
So what else would you say to someone who's like, okay, I really want to stay on track? You got to get it in the morning. You got to check out the resorts. What other tips might you give them to just really, they don't have to be, no one needs to be perfect. No one's perfect anyway. It doesn't matter whether you're home or at Disney World, but what else might you tell someone to kind of, so they feel good when they come back?
One thing is that when you go on a Disney vacation, just the typical guest, from the statistics I've seen over the past decade, and some people are like have wild stats of you're going to walk up to 20 miles a day. Well, down that you're walking that far. I mean, I think that you're dreaming. You're not walking that much, but you might walk between like 7 to 10 miles if you're doing a lot of,
especially if you do
Epcot or Animal Kingdom, or if you're doing a couple of parks in a day, maybe you're park hopping around. That's easily doable. And those steps count. I mean, they're fun steps, but you got to realize that, if you're putting 5-10 miles on your feet, just walking around, that counts. So you don't have to necessarily go for the 10-mile run in the morning. Maybe go for the 5-miler that you can get in an hour, maybe an hour and 10, hour and 20 minutes. And the thing is, I don't discount walking because, and a lot of folks, if you've been to the runDisney events, one of the things you see there more prevalent than other races is the run, walk, run method. That's really encouraged by Jeff Galloway, the Olympian. And a lot of folks get through these longer races, even the full marathons, the goofy challenges, the dopey challenges, where you do multiple races over a weekend by doing this method where you'll run for a minute, walk for 30 seconds, and then run, and, different intervals, whatever works for you. And so by walking, you're still getting in the movement. You're not getting in quite as many miles, but your body is still getting quite a benefit from just getting out there and moving. So, getting up for 45 minutes. And here's the thing though. I know a lot of people like to, grab a coffee and a beignet if you're staying at French Quarter and walk it around the Sassagoula. That's awesome, but you're probably not getting the exercise benefit of walking down, a bag of beignets. And I've been guilty of that. Don't get me wrong. I love the beignets over there. But it's one of those things, like, it depends where you are on that fitness journey, where you have to be a little bit more disciplined. If you're going to get out there, maybe have one beignet, not the bag. I've been guilty of both. So But it's just, yeah, don't discount the miles that you're going to get in the parks, because you will get that, and just supplement it here and there with a routine, but you don't have to do what you're doing at home, probably, I would say.
Yeah.